Hey there, welcome to Red State Update. This is Jackie Bros.
Folks, people, this is your old pal Dunlap. We appreciate you tuning in each and every week on this radio station to hear the Red State Update podcast. I don't know our numbers exactly because, you got to add up who's listening to it on the podcast kind and then who's on YouTube. And is it all equal? But I will say that we're not that far behind the number of people who went to the Trump rally.
Well, is it them ticky-tacky kids doing something to us?
No. I think we're all on the same side. I mean, they would never admit it.
Well,
and that would be an insult to them.
I want to thank all them ticky-tacky children because they're doing more for the country than I think the House of Representatives are doing it right now, as far as I'm concerned. Can we swap them out?
I mean, I would say teenagers and Republican politicians are equally sullen, morose, and confused these days.
Yeah.
Angry about what life has given them, where they're headed in the future, a diminishing chance of continued existence on this planet. Hey, and don't forget, Jackie, the K-pop stans. Oh, I guess there is a crossover between TikTok teens and K-pop stans.
What is it?
Jackie, don't you know K-pop? Surely you know BTS.
It took me 45 damn minutes to learn how to say TikTok.
All right. Listen, Jackie, we're going to spend the rest of this episode talking about BTS.
What is it?
Jackie, it's Jin, Suga, J-Hope, RM, Jimin, V, Jungkook.
What?
You know their hit singles, Boy with Love, Idol, Fake Love, Black Swan, DNA, Spring Day. Jackie, Mic Drop. You know these songs.
I don't know what it is. The words. I don't know what you're saying.
I'm pretty sure I got you a cassette that had at least like Blood, Sweat, and Tears. Make It Right, Run. No, none of that.
I ain't gonna listen to none of that. No hell. You don't. If you want me to hear something, don't put it on a tape of Blood, Sweat, and Tears.
No, that's a song. It wasn't like a double-sided vinyl with BTS on one side and Blood, Sweat, and Tears on the other.
Blood, Sweat, and Tears.
That.
They're the ones that got all the horns and stuff, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I don't like that.
You don't like horns?
They're blaring. How many? Think of the best country songs out there, and very few of them have a lot of horns on it. Very few.
Bob Wills.
Well, there's exceptions, yes.
Listen, folks, I will say this. I would say that the use of horns on the Blood, Sweat, and Tears record is not exactly subtle.
No.
All right, I was wrong. We're going to spend the rest of this podcast talking about Blood, Sweat, and Tears. Happy 400 episodes, Jackie.
Yeah, been doing it a while. Any of y'all that's been listening this long, we appreciate you. Hell, I can't believe it's been this damn long. Of course, it seems like it's been, I don't know how many years since I've been hiding in a bunker.
That damn speech in Tulsa seemed like it was 400 episodes long.
Hell.
I'm just kidding. He's probably got about 6 times as many listeners as we do as showed up for him in Tulsa. So what a great week for Trump. It's nice to come on here and just relive the president's week and think about how happy he is and how renewed his spirit must feel. It's a revival week, I would call it.
Yeah, heading into a big election and just, 5 months away, something like that. And it's all starting off with a bang.
So he scheduled his campaign kickoff speech in Tulsa, Oklahoma on Juneteenth.
Yeah.
I don't know if Stephen Miller was back there pulling the strings on that, but they moved it, which that was a shock. They were gonna usually they just double down.
Yeah.
So he moved the speech, and then he's like kind of threatening people, like, "Oh, they don't show up, we'll get you. You show up, protest here. We're tough."
Yeah, I saw a big tough police carrying a little girl away. That's about the extent of what I saw out there.
They 6 staff members tested positive for COVID.
That's Secret Service members too. People, I guess, that's part of the job is to give your life for the president. Little did they know it wasn't going to be a bullet or an assassin. They're just going to get sick like, say 100,000 other people in the country who are dead. Now, there's millions that got it. I hope they don't die. I don't want nobody to die, but yeah.
There's a lot sad about this, but a very sad sentence I read in a CNN article. That's a sad sentence itself. CNN said, after a nearly 2-hour speech, notable mainly for its discursiveness, I don't know what that, Trump left Tulsa on Saturday night, having spent around 3 hours in the city. The 6 advanced staffers who tested positive for coronavirus remained in their chain hotel rooms, quarantined for the foreseeable future. So he left a little bit of something of himself behind in Tulsa.
Yeah.
His six staffers.
Well, at least they didn't have to go to the rally.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I wonder how many of them said, hell, I'm gonna lick this bar stool.
It's like when they... Yeah, I can't imagine morale is great.
No.
And on anything having to do with Trump.
No.
Any position where you work for Trump, report up to Trump, I would think morale right now, not great.
Well, supposedly the morale was so low that all the staff and people around him, the aides and all that stuff in the White House, like, we have got to get him out on the, things were so bad. Got to get him out in front of his people. He got to have a rally. Good Lord. He's driving me crazy. Get him out there. I don't care how many Americans die from it, but get him out the door and out there in front of people. Good Lord, he's driving me crazy.
Yeah, so if y'all are thinking, I got to get out of the house, it don't matter what happens to me right now, this is what happens. Whatever you go and do because you feel a little stir crazy right now is going to wind up like a damn Trump rally. Every time you I got to get out, it's hot. Let's take a vacation. Let's go down Panama City Beach. What happens down there? Somebody slips, chips their tooth on the concrete. You get ringworm off a motel. You hit somebody. Like you open your car door into a scooter and you get sued. Like, who knows? Anything could happen. Much better just to stay inside. Or quit your job if you work for Trump.
Yeah.
Or don't quit your job and then write a book.
No, don't do that.
So, texts were going out yesterday. This all happened yesterday. This is Sunday.
It's a big day, yeah.
They were texting people, come on, hey, where y'all at? Y'all still coming, right? They still spaced down here. How fast can you get to Tulsa? Said some of these texts.
Don't worry about that. We're taking that stage down outside. No. We're putting that away. We're going to let you come inside. Get down here quick. We'll get you in the big place.
They took down the outside. They were all supposed to speak to the people outside and then speak to the people inside. And I mean, let's just be honest. It's good he didn't make 2 speeches.
Oh, good Lord. Well, Diamond and Silk was on the outside stage. I saw a little bit of that. There's about 10, 15 people out there listening to Diamond and Silk.
This is like a summer like, well, like the city, like just say you live in like a city of 7,000-8,000, and they pull together like a summertime festival, and they got like the local bar band and maybe kids Sunday school choir to come out and sing, and there's like a bake sale, and there's like 200-300 people. You see a few people from the church, and that woman that works down at the store, and you're like, oh yeah, that wasn't too bad. I was parking. No, it wasn't. No problem parking. It was nice to see a few people out and get out for a minute. It's about like that. Maybe let fewer people.
Yeah.
Diamond and Silk might appear at one of those. If you live in a town of 7,000-8,000, have a summertime festival, you could probably get Diamond and Silk.
They'll show up, yeah.
And maybe Eric Trump.
Nobody wants him to show up anywhere. They don't even want him to show up at the one, that's to kill time, Send Eric out there to the fill the seats up. Just riff, Eric. Just what at the top of your head, just go.
That's how desperate they are. They're telling Eric Trump to riff. Now, you don't want Eric Trump to, like, what was he just wandering the stage pointing at things? A microphone. Don't put Eric Trump.
That's still probably better than what Trump did. I mean, Eric can't be much worse as far as riffing goes.
It's a good point.
You don't want him to be the opener, though. You can't take two of that back to back. No, that's too much.
Donald Trump Jr. just shows slides of like bloody entrails of animals he shot. This used to be an endangered buffalo. This here used to be an endangered horse. So they probably got endangered. Look, Trump's been in office for 4 years. You mean tell me there ain't some endangered horses somewhere?
Yeah, you're right about that. Yeah.
Hunting motherfucker. So,
hey, watch it.
There's supposed to be 1 million tickets. At some point, they were saying there was going to be 1 million people swarming into Tulsa.
How can you be so dumb to fall for that? I mean, you could question it. I'd be in a situation where it looks like it's going to be from what it says here. I better get on TV and say that. What? No, don't say, because there's no way you'd live up to that. All these 16-year-old TikTok children and the K-docs, they were able to pull this off with this current administration. And I ain't belittling them. I don't mean a bunch of kids did it, but they did. Good for them. This is what we're worried about, a man dealing with North Korea and Russia and all these big buddies and these children. God bless them. Man, it's to make these people think there's 1 million damn people coming to this.
Well, if he hadn't kept track of who didn't show up, it would have seemed like more people showed up. Yeah. That's one of the things he said at no testing. Slow down the testing.
Yeah. If we don't know how many people are coming, don't tell me who's coming. Don't tell me how many waivers people had to sign to risk their life to come watch me drink a glass of water.
He must be really mad at the Tulsa Fire Department right now because they put out the total of like 6,600 people.
Yeah.
We all know he doesn't like anybody keeping count.
He has. That's his. How thin is his skin? I mean, there's no reason to talk about this because the first 45 minutes was him talking about going down a ramp and showing people they can use one hand to drink a glass of water, and they applauded that. They're like, "This is my president. Yes, this is what I voted for." How the hell? It don't seem real to me. It still don't. None of this seems real.
How do you like to vote for a man who spends a half hour explaining going down a ramp? It's like you have a friend and you're like, oh, we all kid around, you're out to dinner, and you got the one friend, like if you kid with him about anything, he's going to take it so serious, the whole conversation is going to grind to a halt. It's going to be another half hour about how when the car slipped out again, like something was wrong with the car. I took it to a mechanic and they said there's no way it could have slipped out of gear without something being wrong with the car. Furthermore, I wrote to Chevrolet and I said, and they wrote me back and they said, like, you just let the car slip out of gear, you roll into the mailbox. We called you Mailbox Charlie for a couple of weeks, and now dinner's ruined again.
Yeah, and that's the kind of person that just gets on your nerves. That's not the person you put in the middle of a stadium and clap for.
It's not the person you vote for president. Everybody knows that's the ultimate Yankee.
Well,
and that's who's president now. I don't understand it. It's been 400 episodes. I ain't no closer to understanding it.
Look what's going on in the country. We got 40 million people out of work. The numbers are spiking on the COVID-19 all over the place. It's going up. We got over 100,000 people dead. George Floyd, justice and all what people taking to the streets. What is happening in this country right now? And he didn't bring up any of that, did he? The only time he brought up, coronavirus is to say, I told them not to test too much.
Why do people get mad when people say, yeah, maybe we should take down, George Washington did have slaves. Maybe we should take him statues down. And then why do people get mad? We obviously have stopped caring about what presidents do.
Yeah.
Why do we care about keeping a George Washington every day that Trump is in office is shitting on a statue of George Washington more than reckoning with the actual terrible things he did? Like, if you care about the office of the presidency, how can you leave Trump in office? How can you just sit back and go, like, this is good? This is good.
I want to go applaud for him. Everything that's going on is so good. I'd love an opportunity to go see him and hear him put half of people to sleep going on about a bunch of nonsense. He's a victim.
I'd love to go to.
Just a victim.
I'd love to go to. Yeah.
The whole time whining about himself. There's 40 million people out of work, and people are dying every damn day, more and more. And they made fun of me because I, don't know how to walk down a ramp. They pick on me saying I can't drink water. I too can drink water. Well, I mean, what the hell? How can anybody look at that and call it leadership in any way? He's a damn fool. And you're a damn fool if there's anything about that you think is presidential. Hell, I wouldn't want that person to run a car lot. I wouldn't want him to run a subway, somebody like that. A local subway would have fired him by now. And people vote for it. It don't make a damn bit of sense to me.
Well, there's the racism. That's always a big draw. Well, that might be part of it. I'm just going to say.
Yeah, but he didn't even make a racist too happy. He talked too much about himself. He didn't even get in, I don't think he got in much wall talking or anything. I think he called Black Lives Matter or the protest. I think he said thugs. He said that. But that's all you get. Usually you get the chant. You get to say rape. You get to do all the stuff. So they ain't even getting what they want out of this.
I think they did chant under Don Jr.'s wife. I think they got Lock Her Up going, which at this point is just nostalgia. Now you're just like Fuller House.
Yeah.
He did say Kung Flu. So there's
a little racism.
There's some racism for you.
But not nearly as much as he used to dish out.
I mean, it's not good. It's not good.
No, I ain't saying it's good. You know that. I'm just saying if you're a racist and you're wanting to go and hear all the hits, he played like a medley of a few of his songs. He didn't get into do the whole number, I guess.
Ilhan Omar said she wants to make America a failed state like Somalia. Her dad just died of COVID. 4 days ago. So there's plenty of racism there. He's spreading it around, African, Asian. Honestly, nobody wants him to make a speech on race, but by not mentioning George Floyd, you're kind of making a speech on race. Plus, he's been pretty racist with just kind of veiled threats. And they're being racist now, saying protesters and the threat of violence kept Americans and my mom from going out to the goddamn Tulsa in August. Is it August yet? Tulsa in June. No, not much better.
If you get on a computer and look at a bunch of what Trump supporters say about these protesters, they don't usually say, I'm scared of them. I don't see any of those tweets or whatever it is. I'm scared of all these. Antifa scares me. I'm not leaving the house. That's not what Trump supporters, that's usually not how they feel about those people, you know?
Well, they are scaring you. They just make you think you got to do something about it.
Yeah.
They're definitely scared. Antifa is used to scare people. Now they're going to make puff up on Facebook and act like they're
That's what I'm saying. What they say, how they really feel, and how they talk big. Yeah, just like a president, just like him, talk big.
I'm sure somebody there is saying right now that this is an opportunity for more racism, because their message does seem to be that people were scared and they were being kept from exercising their American right to go hear an idiot in public. So, I mean, maybe they can turn this up, like protesters and thugs keeping Americans silencing their right to speech. I mean, I don't think that works, but maybe that's the play they're going with. Just a joke to slow down the testing. Just a joke. Kung flu, just a joke. But there's nothing. If you think any of this Chinese virus, everything, you think that's not that big a deal. What about Spanish flu? All this stuff. Like, this is. Surely we've learned under Trump, all this matters.
Yeah.
Whether they say it's a joke or not, they use this. He puts it out there. How many people does it take to get in their mind they should, attack an Asian person at the store, or to run their car into a crowd of protesters? They're defending the police now. I'm on the same side as the police. Deputized. Antifa on the damn Facebook ad. The Antifa symbol that they said, the Nazi symbol that they said, no, that means that's an emoji. It's an Antifa emoji.
No. Don't tell me they didn't know what that was. I knew damn well what that was. Damn fools.
Facebook actually deactivated those ads.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah.
They tried to claim it was a widely used Antifa emblem. 88 ads with the symbol in total, and this could be a wacky coincidence. Where 88 means white supremacist code for Heil Hitler. I copied this from somewhere, and I don't know where I got it from. But just so you know, none of this is good. Sometimes they just seem stupid. Sometimes it seems thrown together. Sometimes you don't know how much of it's on purpose. But it all adds up to something. So if you're like, who cares if he was just joking about slowing down the testing, or like all those anti-Asian things, they're just jokes. They don't mean nothing. What about the history of the thing? They all mean something. They all add up to something. So whenever you won't give them the benefit of the doubt, just go ahead and doubt. Keep doubt alive. So also, this was good news. The Trump rally sucking like a dog, as he would say. I don't think dogs suck, but Trump usually would end that with like a dog.
Like a dog usually gets in there somehow, yeah.
This one I'm not so sure about. For a minute, it seemed good. Jackie, Bill Bob Barr William P. Barr,
Yeah.
Friday night announced that the U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of New York, Jeffrey Berman, was stepping down. And
Now,
then Mr. Berman,
he come out. I know how this works here. Then Berman comes out and says, "No, I am not stepping down. You can't fire me. Senate has to appoint somebody, and then I'll go." And then after that, Bill Barr puts out a piece of paper and puts it out official a little bit. The president himself is saying you're fired. Pack up the office, get out. Then they asked the president, did you fire? He said, I don't know nothing about this. What are you talking about? Go talk to Bill Barr. So, like the usual chain of events going on in the White House, for the most part.
Bill Barr looks like the man in the emergency room who everybody in there knows has just had a heart attack, and we're all waiting for the doctor to come out and find out how bad it was.
Yeah.
Just heart attack gray.
That man ain't got a tiny bit of integrity left to him. Now, we all know or have suspicions as to why they're getting rid of this, New York fella, Southern District, New York. They're they already looked into, they got Trump's personal lawyer sitting in prison. Well, I guess he's out now because he don't get sick, but he can't leave the house. And I'm sure whatever prison he was in was, not too bad. So they got that going. You paid off an adult star, give her money with campaign money. That's illegal. Then there's all that Ukraine stuff with Giuliani, him, and those guys. And Bill Barr's in the middle of that. Without a doubt, Bill Barr's in the middle of that. And something else that Bill Barr may be in the middle of, they also did the Epstein, the child rapist man, who may or may not have killed himself in prison. We don't know what kind of evidence they were preparing for that case. We don't know anything. They're looking into all that stuff. And to me, for them to be that desperate in the middle of the night to do this and know what kind of blowback they got, we'll get a little blowback. They didn't think they'd get it from him. That tells me they got some kind of evidence on them that they scared as hell about. That's what it says to me.
So Berman now, he said he is stepping aside, but Berman's second in command is taking over. Well,
expect her to lose her job here for too long. He says he got the utmost confidence in her, and no investigations are going to stop on and on. But who's to keep her around? We'll see.
And then Nadler says it's fine.
That made me mad as hell. Nadler on TV. And that Democrat Nadler, they drive me up a wall as much as Republicans. Not as much. Little less racist for the most part. Not quite as stupid, but still, they got the issues. And Nadler sitting in there, people, when you break the law, your job is to stop people from breaking it. You swear an oath. Put your hand on the Bible, Koran, whatever it is you want. You swear an oath to uphold the law. But he gets on there on TV and gets to whining to, what's his name? I can't remember his name. Who? Tappers. Jackie Tapper. He's on Jackie Tapper's show. He says, we're not going to impeach him because if we do, the Republicans, they just going to let him off. So what's the point? So you telling me because cowardly, corrupt people don't do their job means why should I do mine? Well, they ain't going to work, so why should I go through all the damn trouble? Because that's your damn job. I don't know if he'll be impeached or not, but you better be looking into it. What they call it, inquiry.
I mean, I've had the same. Nadler also looks like the man in the waiting room that's had a heart attack. Just waiting to see who.
He's right beside Bill Barr. Yeah,
they're like, what are the
related?
like related in terms of how terrible they look. Yeah. Nadler says it's a waste. I mean, I'm right there beside him. Let's be honest. I'm just sitting on that bench. I think mine's smaller than y'all's, but I don't know. My chest hurts pretty bad. Nadler's like, I've been here before. It's usually gas. Nadler says it's a waste of time to try to impeach Barr because of the corrupt Senate. I've felt like that. Like, what's the point? Who cares? They're just going to do what they want. But they're the people that are supposed to be, like, inspiring us. Not like, fuck it. Did you look at who's in the fucking Senate? Mitch McConnell? Yeah. What do you think I'm going to waste my time? I'm binging Netflix.
McConnell sitting there appointing judges left and right. He's doing his job. He's doing his corrupt job left and right. Can't slow him down. Can't stop him. And you go sit there with your thumb up your rear end, Nadler.
The Republicans' message is Democrats are corrupt, so we're going to do so much corrupt shit to them, y'all are going to love it. Nadler's like, well, Republicans are corrupt, so I guess I'll just take a nap. I'm tired, too.
We're all tired. Do your damn job.
So Trump did get upset that this was in the news. What do they think when they put stuff out on Friday night? Like, we understand that now.
It's been done before. That's not an original idea.
News never stops in the Trump era. Another terrible person making Trump mad is, what is he? Commodore Admiral Bolton? What was he? Was he?
I don't know what it was. Special.
Or was he ever anything?
I don't know. He got a mustache that look like he's supposed to be something. He looked like he's in Clue. One of the people with a mustache in that. Didn't we say that last week? Was it him or who do we say looked like he was in the game Clue? I can't remember. Hell.
400 episodes, man.
Yeah, I don't know. But it looks like something like that. He looked like an idiot, I guess.
So Bolton's book is out.
But
is it out?
I think it comes out next week or whatever. The judge, they tried to get it to stop it, and they didn't. Now, when Bolton said this, I got mad when he said, you know what? The Democrats really messed up that impeachment. They should have impeached him for a lot more than that. They really should have. And I was like, mad as hell at him because I'm sitting there thinking, you SOB, you didn't go testify. They asked you to, you didn't. You waited and sold out in a book. But then I saw Nadler this morning. I said, well, he's right. They probably wouldn't have done nothing. Well, I tell him, Nadler's tired. We're this close to election. Just let it lie. Let it lie. So I guess Bolton, all that anger I had toward him was a waste. Just, put it right back on Nadler. He called. Nadler just pretty much said why Bolton felt that way on TV. Now, Bolton also in this book said all these things that he did, asking China, asking every other country, help me win this election, approving of them putting people in concentration camps in China, saying, that's okay, I don't mind that. All this stuff. And Barr did say, like, well, did you tell anybody? And from what I can tell, I hadn't read the book and seen the full interview, but he said, oh, hell, I told a lot of people, just like so many people who, had the courage to testify in front of the nation and tell the truth. They all told the higher ups. So don't tell me Bill Barr didn't know about the Ukraine. Don't tell me the Attorney General didn't know the president was breaking the damn law. He knew that way back in the Mueller report that he obstructed justice over and over again. He was just frustrated. So Barr's in the middle of all this mess, as far as I'm concerned. He's right there smack in the middle of every bit of it. Don't nothing get past him that he can't cover up.
Yeah, all this stuff with Trump and China don't look too good for their strategy of calling Biden China Biden or whatever they came up with. Especially like giving the thumbs up to concentration camps is never good.
Well, also having concentration camps, that's not good either. It's awful what China is doing, but it's pretty damn awful what we're doing. Now it may not be as bad or whatever, but there's how many people? How many of those people are sick that we got in camps across the country? We ain't hearing those numbers.
I don't know if you'll agree with me on this or not, Jackie, but I'm beginning to think that Trump is losing some of the moral authority needed to be a leader on the world stage.
You don't say.
He did sign the Uyghur Human Rights Policy Act, which is, I guess, says concentrate. I guess there's sanctions if you have concentration camps and you're China. So I guess that's good. How often behind the scenes is he giving China tips on what color to paint the walls of the camps? Who knows? It's not good. It's not good. I guess we will find out more about Commodore Bolton's mustache book as the week goes on.
Somebody put it on the computer, I think, so don't go buy it. It's on the computer for free.
Trump didn't have a good week when it come to the damn Supreme Court either.
Yep.
Not a great week for Trump. If you want to be somebody, if your sanity depends on keeping Trump from being mad and you work in the White House, this was a bad week for you. But why are you still there? I guess is my main question.
You doing it to yourself is what you're doing. Now, you don't know how many people I talked to around here in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. I don't see them anymore because I'm social distance, but, talk on the phone or whatever, through the window. They say, he's a liar. He's a con man. He drives me crazy. I wish he wouldn't get on the computer and say this. But you know what? He's appointing them judges, by God, and that's why I got to keep supporting them. Well, that didn't turn out too good for you, did it? Can't use that as an excuse anymore, as far as I'm concerned.
DACA. The Supreme Court blocked Trump, the president, from just ending it immediately. They're not out of the woods yet because he says he is going to. I guess the Supreme Court just said, well, what you try to do is illegal. It's not illegal to get rid of DACA. The way you were doing it was illegal, which is how many times has that happened?
Yeah.
Like if your thing is what Jackie just said, that you love what he's doing, but you hate the way he runs his mouth, like he ain't good at doing what he's trying to do.
No.
Like if they were just a little bit smarter at being racist, good God.
Thank God they're not. Thank God. But good Lord. Yeah, they tell, that's what the courts told him to do. You can't do it this way. Here's how you're supposed to do it. Now come back to us when you figure out how to do it right. Come back to us when you know how to deport thousands of people that have been here, millions of people have been here all their life.
Yeah, so he's trans rights.
It's the LGBTQ people, a victory for because it's pitiful. Because right before that, they did all this on the day that you're supposed to celebrate Pride and all that stuff on the day, and also on the day where the man in the Pulse place in Florida, killed so many people. On that day is the day that they got the health care got rid of what trans
also,
people aren't.
Everybody's also sick. On top of all that, on top of all the racist symbolism, everybody is sick of COVID. Why would you take away anybody's health care at this moment in time?
Well, they still trying to in the courts. That Mitch McConnell, he went up and I hope, we'll see if the Supreme Court listened to him. He said, can y'all hold on to this and just wait till after the election and then we'll deal with this. But at this point, I don't even know if we bother doing that.
Yeah.
You and me was talking the other night, and Mitch McConnell come up. We was having this conversation where we talk about if Trump loses, hope to God he does. I ain't saying he's going to. I don't know. Don't look good for him right now. But if he were to lose, what the hell is he going to do between November and January to punish his country for not giving him a second term? We were just, oh, hell, that's going to be awful. What is he going to do? Because, he ain't going to give it. He don't give a damn about the country. He don't give a damn about nothing but himself. And if you take that away from him, where's he going to hell with all of us? Hey, he could blow us up. I don't know. But then we got to saying, if Mitch McConnell were to lose, not necessarily him losing Kentucky, which would be great, granted, I'd love that. But if he loses control of the Senate, what the hell is that man going to do? We know how crooked he is. We know would they put 3 or 4 more people on the Supreme Court before he leaves? I mean, good Lord. What will he do in the Senate to make sure that, you can't undo anything with all this hopefully new people coming in, not being able to govern? Lord knows what that man would do to keep that from happening.
Well, Trump already tweeted, these horrible and politically charged decisions coming out of the Supreme Court are shotgun blasts into the face of people. I believe that's a dog whistle to people upset that they're taking Elmer Fudd's gun away, that are proud to call themselves Republicans or conservatives. We need more justices or we will lose our Second Amendment and everything else. Vote Trump 2020. And then he pledged to unveil a new list of possible Supreme Court nominees, which would just be the worst people you can imagine. He doesn't even have to name them. Just say it's the worst people you can imagine, and then there you go.
Yeah.
But nobody gives a shit. I just don't know. The other side of this, and this is my Trump theory today, is just that he is a con man. He is a con man. It's a long con. It somehow has worked out for him. It's a grift. The whole thing, I mean, he's in league with racists, and not that he's not racist, but the people are using him to get rid of abortion and to put conservative judges on that'll do all this stuff, and racists, and keeping the, doing away with immigration, legal and illegal, putting people in camps, locking down protests. But Trump, he can't do anything that will keep him from making money when he gets out. So I don't know what he would do if he can do it and still make money. But I don't think he's just going to pout and break all the dishes, because we'll see him break he's got to break the dishes in a way where he can still have like Trump News Network when he gets out of the office.
Yeah.
Because the con is still going. If he loses, it's still a con. It's just keeping all these balls in the air. Who he's mad at this guy. He's mad. He likes Sessions. He's mad at Sessions. Like, he doesn't really care one way or another who he's mad at, what he's mad at, the ramp, the water. It's all just balls in the air while he's making money somewhere. He's just trying to make as much money as humanly possible. And that when he gets out, there's more money to be made. And his family will keep making money for years and years until the planet incinerates itself.
The one hope that we had was the Southern District of New York. He was going to have to, now I'm not saying they're going to convict him, but Lord knows, with all that they got up there, whatever it may be, he was going to have to show up in court. He was. But now it looks like they figured out how to they didn't figure out how to get rid of it. It's not like some plan or anything. Fire that SOB. He's doing what? Get him out of there. And this woman, bless her heart, whoever has to take this awful job, she'll be fired for too long too. So yeah, if he wipes all that out, he's good to go. He's good to go.
So the Supreme Court refused to hear challenges to California sanctuary law.
Yeah.
So that was good. They also didn't hear some Second Amendment cases.
Gun stuff, yeah.
Yeah, gun stuff. I mean, probably didn't have the votes for it. They did say that you can't sue cops, qualified immunity. So
that's bad.
That's bad. But for the most part, just stuff that made Trump mad. We're going to get his sister on the Supreme Court before it's all over. But listen, we also got, what else made it? So we had a lot of good stuff that made Trump mad this week. If you want to feel bad, you could just read what was happening in Tennessee. They had a crazy all-night session, man, that they passed one law, a resolution accusing the mainstream media of sensationalism, and congratulated Tennesseans, this is from Fox 17 in Nashville, for clearly seeing that the mainstream media has sensationalized the reporting on COVID-19 in the service of political agendas.
That's thanking the citizens of Tennessee for being dumbasses, is what that is.
Accuses the media of shaming and criticizing those who want to reopen businesses, gather at the beach, or attend church services. However, the mainstream media is largely dismissing social distancing narratives when it comes to demonstrations. Boo! Micah Van Huss from Jonesboro. Micah Van Huss. That sounds like a cult leader. A Children of the Corn. That was the boy from Children of the Corn, right? Micah Van Huss from Jonesboro.
Mean children, yeah. Out in the
mean children, corn children.
Out in the corn lady, yeah. Corn children, not lady, corn children. I remember saying that. That's a little scary, yeah.
Meanwhile, the state has reached a high in hospitalizations, according to information from Vanderbilt University Medical Center. The trends continue. State could reach 1,000 hospitalizations by mid to late July or early August. That surge could put some of the state's hospitals under stress if they have limited ICU or floor beds. That's from the Fox station in Nashville. So that's great. Also, they basically outlawed abortion.
Yeah.
So that couple different things happening in the middle of the night there.
I tell you,
and abortions.
I'm from Tennessee, and even if there wasn't coronavirus going on, I'd probably still be down here in the bunker with all that mess going on. Embarrassing.
Oh, it looks like there was an early draft of the resolution that specifically mentioned CNN and the Washington Post. Just crazy. The abortion bill bans abortions once a heartbeat is detected, which can be as early as 6 weeks, so you don't really get a chance to find out if you're pregnant or not before it's illegal to think about doing anything. Criminalizes medical professionals who perform abortions after 6 weeks, so throw doctors in jails. People don't like doctors anymore. Republicans don't like doctors. Nope. Doctors should go to jail for all that mask wearing. How can you trust anybody in a mask? Ultrasound required before abortion, another way to get people. Illegal to induce an abortion because of the child's race, sex, or potential for Down syndrome. No exceptions for rape or incest. They did all this in the middle of the night. If you're against abortion, why don't you just stand up there and outlaw it like a man or a terrible woman? Hiding, creeping around like a damn Phantom of the Opera who hates abortion in the middle of the night. Singing through the mirror like, heartbeat, 6 weeks. Like, why are they just terrible? That's Tennessee. Anything else terrible happen in Tennessee? What's happening in Kentucky? Why do we not want elections to work in America anymore? I mean, I know why.
Well, yeah, of course we know why. There's 3,000 something polling places. Now ain't but 200.
I tried to put all this together because they got Bashir there as a Democrat. I guess they went through all this to get vote by mail sent out to everybody. And then there's a lot of mistakes with that because they were doing it so fast. This is so that people don't have to vote, allegedly, coronavirus times. So like, send everybody out, vote by mail. So they send out the vote by mail. There's a lot of problems with what they got sent out, apparently. I may have some of this wrong. Then this judge, they're trying to have more voting places, and a judge said, no, you can't. And I guess that there was some bipartisan, I mean, on the face, and this is where I'm confused because it looks like it's just more Republicans trying to get rid of black voters.
Yeah.
Because it does seem to disproportionately affect like black voting districts.
Just like in Atlanta not too long ago, you waiting in line for 8 hours, you live in the suburbs, white, you in and out voting. If you black, you out in the hot sun all damn day.
Ben Jealous, president of People for the American Way, said half Kentucky's black voters live in one county. It will have one polling place for 616,000 registered voters. The election's supposed to be more competitive because now you got damn Amy McGrath running against Charles Booker, who is surging in the polls now.
Yeah.
Like liberal Charles Booker, Medicare for all, Green New Deal, Charles Booker, black male Charles Booker, not black. Don't blackmail Charles Booker. He is a black man.
Yeah.
During all this Breonna Taylor stuff, that's important. We all liked Amy McGrath because we're like, oh yeah, she's a fighter pilot. But maybe we need to stop that. Maybe we don't need to run candidates and their motto is just like, she bombed the shit out of them. Maybe we're stuck in that Clinton. I can put more of them in jail than they can because they trust me. Maybe we need to move. Reagan fucked us up. Maybe we need to move. Maybe we just need to go for the guy who wants Medicare for all in Kentucky. I mean, it don't matter. I mean, it's all fucked up. Nobody's going to get to vote. It sounds pretty shitty up there. I don't know if there's anything that anybody can do about this.
It's awful
at this point.
And every Republican, look on. There's no such thing as systemic racism. There's just a few bad apples, there's here and there. Well, if you're black in this country, they don't want you to live, let alone vote. It's pitiful. It's so obvious. Anybody open a damn eyes, an old man like me, can see what they're doing. Anybody can. You ought to be ashamed of yourselves. You're just pitiful. They don't care about, obviously, they don't care about people.
So they pushed this back from May 19th to June 23rd. They expanded mail-in voting, and it's still fucked for black people.
I know. Watch your mouth, but yeah. Pitiful. Shameful.
Hey, but at least Mike Pence said that Black Lives Matter this week during that interview. Oh, he didn't. He did not say that. No, he would not say that, no matter how many times they asked.
Would not say it. No. He can't. He ain't allowed to say that. That's not what he stands for. He ain't no. Nuh-uh. Pitiful, shameful.
Yeah, not good. Things are not good. So that's terrible. Good week. Trump mad. Thinks people wear masks or to show him that they don't like him. Maybe a little paranoid at this point. Maybe this is the end of Goodfellas. I don't know. Kentucky, Tennessee, not so great.
Florida with coronavirus. Pitiful what's happening down there. There's 2 days in a row where there's about 4,000 people getting sick. DeSantis, now we ain't gonna close down now. What did he say that it was dishwashers, Mexican dishwashers that did all this?
DeSantis said many of the new cases were from farm workers, I believe.
Farm workers.
He may have said dishwashers earlier. I'm sure it's a different story every day. He did recently say that a lot of it was because of farm workers and also young people who are more likely asymptomatic and will not require extensive health care services. So they're fine. He did urge people to wear masks if they could not distance themselves from others, but repeated his opposition to imposing a statewide mandate even as larger cities like Miami, Orlando, and Tampa have put mask wearing requirements in place. 4,000 new cases during a 24-hour period that ended Saturday morning, bringing the total to nearly 93,800, a more than 49% increase in the past 2 weeks as most of the state entered the second phase of an economic reopening plan. What's the third phase? Just dig your own grave? Just jump in the hole. We'll cover you up.
I'm still stunned. Like, even I would expect a plan of some kind, a national plan. Even if it doesn't work, even if it's like, that's the dumbest plan I ever heard of, you would at least expect that. But we got nothing. Not a damn thing. Since this has started. Nothing. You're on your own. Get back to work. It's gone. It's going to go away. You be all right. Young people get it like a flu. It ain't going to bother. People dying. And over 100,000 people dead, and there's nothing. I mean, nothing. We're just not going to do nothing. They ain't going to close back down. What's the point? First off, what's the point of closing down? Because half the people don't do it. You ain't going to make these crazy people who say it ain't real do it. You know, the people that did show up at the rally, how many of it? I mean, some of them are going to get sick. The president even said that. Oh, I'm sure some of them will get sick. He said it. If you don't think it's a big deal, I mean, there's nothing you can tell these people. They're just not going to believe it. Now, would it help a little bit if the damn president put on a mask and say, don't do this? Probably a little bit, maybe a few. It'd get through to a few people. And it's effortless. It's nothing to say. Put on a mask. Nothing to it. He ain't going to do that. What did he say? People that wear masks are people that they're just showing that they don't like him. Well, guess what? I don't like you, but I also don't want to end up dead. It ain't got nothing to do with how much I don't like you. I'll tell you how much I don't like you over and over again, and it'll be through a mask, but it ain't because I got a mask on. Keep your fingers crossed, people. We don't know what's going to happen tomorrow or the day after, except I do know one thing. That Trump ain't going to lift a finger to do nothing. We know that much. But as far as this virus, what's it going to do? How many more people going to get sick? Who knows? Who knows? Still don't know anything about it.
Everybody said Trump was like, and all these governors, Republican governors, or the mayor in Jaws, the part where like, come on down to the damn. But now he's the mayor of Jaws in the hospital. After the shark attack, he's just smoking that cigarette. It's the same, but they're still saying, come on down.
There's still a few hours left in 4th of July. I know the shark ate about 8 people, but it ain't over yet. We don't need to give up yet. Let's get back down there.
And these people at city council meetings saying, I have a right as an American to get eaten by a shark if I want.
As many sharks as I want to be eaten by. That is my
right. If I want a
right.
Shark on this arm and my goddamn dick, just a shark chowing down on my dick. I want it. I am an American citizen and I deserve shark dick. How dare you stand up there breathing that CO2 and I'm sitting here with a dick ain't got a shark on it.
Hey.
Do you know that my granddaddy fought in one of them wars we had, and if he knew I didn't have a shark on my dick, he'd say, boy, where's that shark at? I'd say, what shark? This shark is supposed to be eating on your dick.
Hey.
I say, I don't know, Daddy. They won't let me have it. I said, I know. Goddamn dick.
Hey.
Goddamn shark.
Watch your mouth.
I yield my time.